In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to protest your property taxes. This is very important. You won't want to miss this one. All right, we're going to be talking about how to protest your property taxes, and that might be the easiest part of it all, protesting your property taxes. There are some other things to consider, and we're going to cover them. Like, when should you protest your property taxes? When should you not protest your property taxes? Should you protest your property taxes yourself? And last but not least, what is the easiest way to accomplish this and protest your taxes? We're going to cover all that and more, so stay tuned. So when should you protest your property taxes? It's kind of a twofold double entendre question. When, I always say immediately. As soon as you get the notice, protest, When? Always. Almost always. When? Well, when you think your taxes are too high. So let's start with the first when. I always like to protest immediately because if you're like me, if I put it off or delay or procrastinate at all, one day I'm going to look up and I'm going to have missed the deadline and I'm going to be suffering through these higher tax rates when I could have avoided them. And when you write that check, you'll vow never to do that again. And you'll vow, next time I get the notice, I'm going to protest that day or the next morning while it's fresh on my mind. When should you not protest your property taxes? Well, obviously, you don't want to go kick a sleeping dog. If your taxes are already low and you know it, for heaven's sakes, don't try to go in for some more gravy or an extra slice of pie. Just leave it alone. Good is good. What do they say down in Texas? Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. So if you're sitting in a good boat, just don't rock it. Leave it there and wait till next year and see if they go up again, and then you'll want to protest. But if things are good now, don't go for extra. Just leave it alone. So the next question is, should you protest your taxes yourself? Now, I think very few people should try to protest their own property taxes. If you only have one or two houses and you're a realtor and you're connected to the MLS or you have the data and you can pull all the resources you need to fight it and it's a cut and dried case, yeah, maybe so. Maybe you should. But then again, what are you good at? Where's your time best spent? These are age-old questions. And sometimes you're way better off doing what you do to make money and paying someone else what they do to work for you, protesting your taxes. I don't personally go out and go through the act of protesting my taxes personally for 4 reasons. I always hire it out for 4 reasons. Probably the number 1 reason I don't do it is bureaucrats raising my taxes pisses me off, literally. And I don't want to be the guy talking to a bureaucrat with my kind of attitude about why they're raising my taxes and what they're doing with my tax money. I'm all for paying my fair share of tax. I'm not for how they spend my tax money and how much they're charging me to get nothing done. And of course, you can see my attitude right here. And if I go protest my taxes, you can tell how this is going to go with the bureaucrat sitting across from me. He's not going to like me at all. He's not going to do me any favors. And I might even become a target. Because believe me, I don't hold my cool very well in this circumstance. And I know myself, and I know it's better for me to get out of the middle and let someone else handle it. We'll be way better off. Plus, why should I increase my blood pressure over that when it's not going to make any difference? Number 2, I'm not good at protesting taxes, and I'm really good at finding houses. And finding houses to buy at 50 cents on the dollar is way more lucrative than protesting my own personal taxes. Even though I could save some pretty decent amount of money protesting my own property taxes, it's not worth my time. I need to be out doing what I do best and working for the dollar that pays the most. And that's finding houses for me. And it's probably the same for you. Number 3, I always have to fit into these bureaucrats' schedules. And that's not convenient for me. I have a very busy life, just like you do. Everyone just has 24 hours in a day. And when someone starts just inadvertently throwing out times that I need to show up, it doesn't work. So it never works on the timing for me. It's always inconvenient, whatever time they pick, it seems. Now, before we get on to the easiest way and my fourth reason for why I don't personally protest my property taxes, let's pause for just a moment and ask yourself this question. Are these episodes, are these segments helpful, informative, and are they going to matter to you financially in a positive way? And if the answer is yes, for heaven's sakes, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and for heaven's sakes, subscribe, because there is a lot more where this comes from. And number 4, the reason why I don't protest my own property taxes is because there's a lot easier way. You can pay someone to protest your property taxes, and guess what? They only take a portion of what they save you on your tax bill. So if the current assessment means you're going to pay $1,500 in taxes, and then you hire this tax consultant to go out and fight your taxes for you, and he gets that $1,500 increase in expense down to $1,000, then he's only going to charge you a percentage of that $500 that he saved you from having to pay. And really, no matter what percentage he charges me, it's fair, it's good. Without him, I would be paying X, and because he went in and fought for me, I'm going to be paying less than X. So for that first year, one time only, I'm going to give him a percentage of what he saved me. This keeps me out in the workplace doing what I do best, making way more money than what I'm going to have to pay him. And that's the fourth reason and the biggest reason not to protest your own personal property taxes. For hanging around to the end, I would like to give away for free a copy of the Art of Creative Real Estate Investing webinar just for you. All you do is go to 1000houses.com/free stuff and scroll up and down the homepage there where we have tons of free stuff, and click on the link that reads The Art of Creative Real Estate Investing. That'll get you to a webinar that explains exactly how I've been successful for the last 27 years, over 2,000 properties in my hometown, where I buy houses with OPM or other people's money, and then I sell them on 30-year fixed mortgages at 10% interest and collect those payments for years and years and years. And I'm selling them with seller financing, where I'm the bank, not a landlord. I'm really not holding back at all in this webinar, and you're not going to believe the high level of content you're going to get from this webinar. So check it out. And this is Mitch Stephen. I appreciate you. I'm headed off to the next episode. Why don't you join me?